normally we save that for the great one because it annoys him so. Like, can you hear me? Can you? Because we already know we have our audio visual dialed in pretty well. But I bought a new webcam. This was from the last visit for the Southern Command. So now I have now witnessed the full firepower of this fully operational Death Star, where I now do not have to transport any of my equipment from Minneapolis to the Southern Command. But I had to work with bandwidth issues. There was lag time, and I won't mention who, but someone watches an obscene amount of television. And I was like, really?
Is it somebody
Really?
I've met?
Someone you've met.
Okay, I think I know who.
We can't say who, but it's like it would be like me finding out you diddle kids. To be perfectly, I mean, it's almost that. Like, I lost so much respect for you because you watch that much TV. So, but I think I figured it out. I think we have enough bandwidth to cover both the insane appetite of television watching and for me to actually get my job done. So, we haven't podcasted in a long time.
Yeah, we might have done it a couple weeks ago or something.
Yeah, I think that's the last time I podcasted because I was trying to get my taxes done before I headed down to South Dakota, or not South Dakota, Las Vegas. I had gotten hit with a deluge of asshole consulting. Are you even starting up busy season right now? Or are you? Is it like the calm before the storm?
It's a little bit like the calm before the storm, but I was going to talk to you a little bit while we're talking here about some stuff that's going on this year.
We will talk while we're talking.
Well, I didn't know if you want to get to some stuff first, but
you know what we should do while we talk?
Get a hold of Adam?
No, we should talk. Let's talk about talking.
So, in the infinite wisdom of the Internal Revenue Service, now try to think of the world in 2020, bullshit or not, whatever, coronavirus, whatever. People need money. They need their tax refunds. They just need to get this crap in. So guess what the IRS decided to do?
Extend the filing deadline?
Worse, they made it. And so I am not allowed to file a single tax return until February 12th. That's about 3 weeks later than you're normally allowed to start filing tax returns.
Why did they do that? Are they not staffed adequately or what?
Their crappy excuse was something like, oh, well, we need to upgrade the systems because, all the stimulus payments made it so we're behind. And I'm thinking, you had the whole freaking year to do that.
Didn't the Treasury issue the stimulus payments? What does that have to do with the IRS?
Well, it's based on your tax return, so it has to check, what your adjusted gross. Okay. But still, that's not an excuse. That is no excuse. So this goes for you. This goes to everybody. You can send me all your stuff. I'll do it. Hey, no problem. I just can't file it for about a month.
It's just going to sit there and collect dust, huh?
Yeah. So, hey, get me your stuff. It's not like you'll get it any faster.
Boy, and I came out of the gate swinging. I remember when I sent you the pictures of me organizing my receipts on New Year's Eve 2020?
Yeah, those were good times.
Yeah, those are good times. And I was up visiting a friend of mine over in Green Bay, and it was a girl, and the GF was with, and my friend had bought a house. And girls in new house equals lots of, and they will spend an entire hour in a room with no furniture talking about it. And what are you going to do? What do you think? And do you like green? What shade of green? And I just sat there doing my receipts. So by the time mid-New Year's Day, I had organized all my receipts and I had entered them into a spreadsheet. And I had posted that on the internet. And Ryan Stone is like, oh my God, I can't believe you got it done. But Ryan Stone was just jealous. That's all. He's just jealous that I got my they're as done as they can be. I'm literally just waiting on 1099 and 1098 data.
Well, the soonest you'll receive any type of refund or whatever, I'm going to say probably about March.
Okay. Well, I have April. I have until April 15th to file my corporate returns, right?
I'm not going to dignify that. I'm not going to dignify that with a response. I will say you would be very, very proud of the way I've been acting in the last few days.
Okay.
Yes. Everybody wants a freebie. Everybody's got a sob story. Everybody wants a discount. So this is the time of the year.
Hang on, and everybody is a Democrat, so fuck them. Please tell me you said no because you respect your time.
This is what I've been doing. Okay. So you know how I had to shed a bunch because I just, I'm over it. So I offloaded a bunch. So I'm being extremely picky with who I'm going to take on now because come on, this is what you work for, to be able to set it up the way you want to.
Right.
So I'm getting a lot of people. If you're contacting me now, if you're looking for a tax account now, you're too late. Like this was something you were supposed to take care of, within the past few months. So when I give quotes, people come to me, I ask about their situation. I quote extremely high because I don't need their business. And frankly, it's like, it's better for me if they say no, because I've already got enough that I can do. People actually think it's a negotiation. When I send, they send me their tax return, right? And then I look it over and, I say, okay, based on this, it'll be X amount, here's a breakdown. Well, our previous accountant did it for this amount. We were thinking that it would be more along those lines. Do you think I even bother replying?
No. See, and when people try to haggle with me, I just increase my price. I'm like, apparently you don't understand. This is fixed pricing. Don't fuck with it. I mean, I don't think people understand now. If the times go back, because this will all end. All good things come to an end. Maybe not in your case because you're a CPA and that's a little bit more permanent, but I have a feeling all things will come to an end. And then when I'm more desperate, then I'll allow for haggling and lower prices. But right now, my time, there isn't any excess time. There's no free time. I am so short of it that even people haggling me on price pisses me off. I don't have time for it. And so I jack up the prices right there. And they're like, but, well, wages. It's like the more emails you send me, the higher this price goes. So you either accept this price and do as I fucking say right now, or you don't, you go away.
Everybody has a sob story. They think that this is like some kind of negotiation. This is not a negotiation because I don't care. And
there you go.
But it gets worse, dude. People want, so without getting into tax technobabble, we set you up a certain way because we had to. That's the more advantageous way.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So you get these people that are like, hey, I've heard about this S Corp thing. Will you tell me about it? And I'll be like, sure, let's book a 1-hour consultation. My hourly rate is X amount. And that X amount ain't cheap. Well, I was thinking that you could just kind of spend a few minutes for free, and then I would consider coming to you for tax prep because I'm talking to a few people, and one lady I just responded, well, you just keep on talking to people, and that's all I said.
There you go. I'm proud of you, Vladimir Elkinov. I'm very proud.
I do feel this is your influence, so.
Good. I had this other buddy called Chad Elkins who wouldn't do that ballsy move like Vladimir Elkinov. Vladimir Elkinov is like the badass version of Chad Elkins.
If only Rich Cooper could see me now.
Oh, boy. Here, Syndicate Chief, he's running the fan Discord, which I don't know what that is, but the fan Discord code, DH, whatever that is. People who know how to do Discord, that's what it is. I have no clue how that works. I set up a Discord one time and I just stopped looking at it. So I guess it's a big deal among the kids nowadays.
Are we dedicating our super chats to anybody, or are we just kind of going with the flow?
You know what? Let's do that. Let's dedicate our super chats to Atham.
Yes.
Truth be told, yeah. Let's just dedicate all the super chats to Atham here because you could shake your little tush. We're only like $250 away. Like people have been donating a fair amount, and I dedicate. So he'll. So we only have $250 left to go. So we'll dedicate. Then I don't have to worry about it. Then we can revert the donations to where they rightfully belong, and that is my septic tank fund. All right, go ahead, add it there, Chad.
Mexi Mike for $10. Chad, shake that moneymaker for Papacito. Also, I have a box of receipts for 2019. Can I get you to file them in before the January 20th? Yes, awesomeness. That is so awesome. Problems handling. Yeah, I want you to mail me that. Don't scan it. Don't put it in a spreadsheet. That's just
don't organize it.
Yeah, that's silly. I want you to just put it in a Ziploc bag. Just stuff it in there. Don't even lay it. Just kind of get it in there. mail it to me, and I'll have that ready for you within an hour or two after a receipt. So send that on over.
You got this, right?
I got this, man. I
You
got you
got this.
covered,
I'm
Mexi
gonna
Mike.
go on Lake Michigan on a boat. I'll see you later. All right. I'm gonna go get drunk with a horse. All right.
Mexi Mike again. You're the man. $5. You're 30 years old and looking for a husband? Yeah, turn around. Go to the husband store. Ask for Captain Capitalism. And when you hear crickets, just there and wait some. Maybe there's something going on in the chat here. Let me see.
I don't know.
Huh. I don't see any context for that, but cool.
I wrote a post, maybe he's referring to that, called "The Cartel That Worked Too Well" over on my blog. And it talks about how unconsciously women are engaging in cartelish behavior where they're all getting fat at the same time. They're all, although not consciously, to lower the effort and the amount of labor they have to put into finding a man, but just through different societal forces, feminism, education, whatever else, that they've really let themselves go as a group. But in doing so, fine, men are desperate enough. Some of them will still have sex with them. But when it comes time to marriage, like, no guy wants them. And I think that's what he's referring to, is by the time they're 30, 35, all of a sudden they want to go to the husband store and find a husband. It's like, bitch, you're 200 pounds. Fuck off, you know.
Those days are over. I'm sorry, ladies. At least here in the U.S., you're too late. You know.
Yep. So sorry. And unfortunately, it's not like you could just flip a switch, like, you know, oh, I'd like this type of guy. It's like, well, they don't exist. I mean, they're like trees. They're very akin to nutmeg trees, where it takes like 30 years, I think, for them to start bearing fruit. And the time to have a masculine man that was marriage material was your seed should have been planted about 30 years ago, and you groomed your current crop of of men, not marriageable men, to be these soy boy pussies. And now you want a traditional guy with a job and makes lots of money. It's like you raised the wrong crop of men then. And I'm terribly sorry you're going to do without.
So, question for you:
Mm-hmm.
who is worth in this cohort that we're talking about? Because there's probably some. Who is worthy of actually? Who is there? Anybody we should feel sorry for because maybe they were misled, or is the majority they just didn't want to bother? They want to party
Are we
through.
talking men or women or both?
Women, women,
I,
women.
I feel no, I feel bad. It's like the millennials. I mean, I love to slam on them, but at the same time, I feel sorry for them because they were lied to. You know, they were misinformed. Or you
Yeah,
could, even the black community, you know, you could say, my God, you want to talk about a community that was lied to? It was the black community. So on a macro level, I guess, yes, I do feel sorry. But at the same time, then, like, well, wait, are you going to commit crime? Are you going to vote to enslave me and take my money through socialism? Are you going to? Well, now I got to worry about my own self-interest. And where I draw the line is hypocrisy, where like you try to tell them and then they come back and they call you names. That's where I draw the line. And I think that's where you it's rare, but you can usually get a gal, not usually, but you will occasionally have a gal who'll be like, well, yeah, I kind of know I should lose weight. Well, then, okay, I understand. Now stop it with the lies. But for every one of those, there's at least 20 that are like, how dare you? They doubled down. And that's where I don't care anymore. So I'd say maybe a 2%.
Okay.
Group of that are what, forgivable, not at fault. But for the most part, if you're a 35-year-old woman and you think big is beautiful, like you're actually swallowing, no,
No.
you're lying to yourself. Even you don't believe it. And you're being a hypocrite. So I guess the hypocrite rate, I guess, is where I draw the line there.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, I don't demand if I'm gonna get serious with a woman, I don't demand anything from her that I wouldn't demand of myself, which is basically just be in shape. I mean, what
Yeah,
else is there?
there, and you're asking too much already, because they've been promised and they've believed for 33 decades, 4 decades, that that's not you. You don't really like thin women, Chad. You have been socially conditioned to,
Yeah.
to do that. Because I remember the brainwashing sessions, right? They sat us down and I'm like, damn, I want to bang that fat chick. But then they sat us down and they programmed us to like thin chicks against our will. But now yes, you're right. My natural state is to go after loud, obnoxious, mouthy, feminist, nagging, harpy lard asses. That's what I really wanted in my heart of hearts. And
And as my mother likes to tell me, well, Chad, it's hard for women to stay thin.
I guess they're gonna be. Here's the thing: it's not that they won't ever marry. Some of them, maybe even most of them, will get married, but they'll be miserable. They're not gonna get what they want.
Yeah.
They'll be either single or miserable or both. I ask me how many fucks I care right now, how many fucks I give.
Well, we got money to make off this in a few years, you know.
Oh, we're gonna make. I'll be making money until I'm dead off of this, because the day the nuclear family comes back is the day I'm host. Hang on for a second.
Yeah, sure.
We had a fan listening live here, so
I gotta just say, like, I have been where you are, and for the life of me, I can't figure out where you're sitting right now. But that's
good. I did that on purpose so people can find out.
Yeah, it's well done. Krakatoa for $5. Check email. Rooster Booster available.
Yes, he's my Rooster Booster supply. I did get his email, and I'm sorry I haven't emailed him, because I love Rooster Booster, and he could supply me. I pay him for his time, but it hasn't dawned on me. And then he also sent me a question about moving overseas. So I am curious to read the email, Krakatoa. I do have it. And I will, you know what? Just go buy some now. Just go give me some Rooster Booster Light. Send it to the same address, and let me know what I owe you. Just go ahead. I'll put an order in now while he's tuning in.
Who next? I think we had a few more.
Yeah, and the main point of this is I gotta go through fan mail. I gotta clean out my email because it's backing up. So we're gonna go through them pretty quick.
Okay. AJ Figueroa for $5.
Is that how you pronounce it, Figueroa?
So there's a street in LA that's Figueroa. That's how they pronounce it. There's probably a better way to pronounce it.
Okay.
Chad, what is the best path to six figures in accounting? I'm a freshman in college debating either slaving away at the Big Four or starting my own practice. My man, you can't do one without the other. You can't just, graduate from whatever school you're at, get a master's in accounting, sit for the CPA, and you can't just suddenly say, hey, I'm a tax expert. Everybody come to me. You gotta get some work experience. What are you doing?
I'm trying to do gang signs for 6 figs. So this is like a 6?
Yeah.
Does that look like a 6?
Yeah, from my end.
I screwed up the F. I had it.
69.
You know, like when in ghetto trash think they're cool because they do hand signs, gang signs. They'll go F. 6 figs. See, so that would be like the gang style. That'd be like, dude, bro, I make 6 figs. That'd be the hand sign. Part of the 6 figs gang, yo.
Let me give him just a slight better. So do all the right things, get the accounting degree, get as many hours as you need to sit for the exams, go work for Big Four for a year or two, get them to pay for your exams, pass those exams, get the Big Four on your resume, be in the tax area, and then move on to preparing to start your own practice. You got to get experience first. You can't just say you want to do it.
Here's one, man. Everyone's in a question for tonight.
Samuel Tuck, $2. Chad, if you had to move, where would you go? God, if I knew the answer, I don't know. I like where you are right now, where Clary is right now. Did we freeze?
Yeah. Yep. That's how it goes here. That's how it goes. So, but you're saying you like Vegas?
Yes, I always have fun being there. The weather seems nice. Granted, I didn't go there in the summertime. I don't know. I would like to go to a state that doesn't have a state income tax. So I'd probably start there and start kind of figuring it out from there.
Well,
assuming I sing.
Yeah, in 2027, when my house is built, you'll come visit in South Dakota.
Yes, in 2033, I'll be
2033.
there. Mexi Mike for $5. Women were all about the plausible deniability. They love I know what that cock carousel in here, 18 to 28, and are claiming unawareness or post-wall rage. I have zero pity for them. I think most of them, a lot of them might fit that description.
I don't know. Who are they claiming unawareness? That would even indicate they were wrong. I've not seen that, but has Mexi Mike seen that?
Well, that's why I asked earlier, like, how many do you think honestly had no idea because they had no guidance?
I don't believe. I believe everyone knows what they're doing at a certain level.
Mhm.
Every woman in America, let alone the world, knows nobody likes fat chicks. Even the fat chicks saying fat, even they know it. Um, I believe minorities know deep down inside it has nothing to do with their race or skin color or ethnicity. It's that they have made bad choices and they're reminded by people who are in their exact same situation, exact name, ethnicity, or whatever, who made the right choices and do well. Their pride will not allow them to take responsibility, so they'll go to the latest scapegoat. For it's whitey, or in case of white people, it's Jews or whatever else. And the same thing with women. When this is deep down inside, they know what they're doing, and they're hoping they win. That at the last minute, and you know what they're doing? They're just maximizing their utility. Uh, and it's logical common sense. Like, okay, I'm young, I can bang all these hot guys. Okay, go have your fun. Okay, and then in the waning hours, now I'm going to cash out my chips, 28, 29, 30. But what they don't realize, and this I mentioned this before, is okay, it's one thing just to use your looks and go have fun and go have sex. That's fine. That's human nature. But when you want to get married, there needs to be a little bit of training, or at least a little bit of education. Like, okay, now you're talking about love and selflessness and sacrifice, and you have to be responsible. And there's this other human being. And I don't think they have any of that, simply because both men and women of younger generations, not just women, have been completely spoiled and entitled and are completely solipsistic. They don't view men as another human being that needs to be negotiated with and incentivized to willingly want to go out with that girl. And let's look at it this way. Everything has been structured and organized where it's a literal um, law of physics, where for every action there's an opposite reaction. So if I study hard, I get A's, and that's from 5 years old to 25 when they get their master's degrees. If I'm trying to think one. I go to the nightclub and wear these heels or this outfit, I'll get a guy who's really hot and he wants to have sex with me. It's scientific, it's mathematical. When it comes to marriage, it's the first time where it's like, no, this is not you just show up and then you get a husband at the husband's door. You need to date, you need to court, you need to be nice, you need to fall in love. That is not as simple a formula as study hard, get A's, or be hot and get laid. And that's where all of a sudden it takes them 2, 3, 4 years. They're frustrated. So I do believe they might be unaware what it takes to actually be mature enough, fall in love, be marriage material, things like that. But deep down inside, they know that they're playing and having fun. And then at the ninth inning, they're going to go, and then they're going to get serious and settle down. But they completely underestimate what it takes to find a man they're willing to settle down with.
A couple shout outs. We got Jack Napier in the chat.
Oh,
And
Jackson house. Okay.
yeah, and I always like to say hi to DJ Aftershock.
Look at this guy. Isn't it like 3 a.m. over at his like small little country in Europe?
I think he wakes up like super early.
Well, anyway, Jack Napier,
Yeah.
you can find him on YouTube. Red Evening is the show he does with Rob over at robsays.net.
Friday night, when I was just like taking a break for some work, I had an enjoyable hour just listening to Jack and Rob. Friday
They're good.
night.
They're very good. Yeah. No, he's really good. I should download them and tune into them tonight. Listen to that before I go to bed.
Cynic Claire needs a booster for a synonym for rooster. Yeah.
I get it. He's smarter than us.
Yeah. All right. Accounting bits, $4.99. Vlad, let's grab drinks when you're done with busy season. I live in your area. Okay. Soon.
Soon. Yeah. I'm doing a meetup in Vegas.
All right. When?
Yeah, I'm doing a meetup in Vegas.
Like now or?
No, not now. No, in the future. And I sent an email out to all the people that, like, I have a Vegas file, like different people. Hey, let me know when you're in town. So I'm like, yeah, I'm in town. Let's do a meetup. And so I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not going to tolerate spurgs. Anyone listening right now, if you think you're going to come in and talk my ear off instead of engage with other people, it's not going to happen. But I think I've vetted my invitees pretty well, because they had serious questions and they were professionals. But I remember like way back in the, like before I met you, I'd like go to meetups. It was great meeting all these different people. And then
Yeah.
you realize about half the people have a mental illness and you don't exist. They just blather at you and monopolize your time. And you're like, dude, shut the fuck up and enjoy talking to some people and chill the fuck out. I'm not working right now.
Didn't you experience a little bit of that even here a couple of times?
In Chicago?
Yeah, I thought once or twice because we've had a bunch of them. I thought maybe you got
Yeah,
cornered a couple times
maybe. I
years
don't think
ago.
so. Years ago,
Years ago.
maybe I did.
Yeah.
I know in Vegas there's been 2 great meetups ruined by these Spurgs. One of which I'll tell you about later. I'll tell you the story, but you know who it is.
In Vegas.
It was in Vegas. You weren't there. It was before I knew you.
But I think I know who you're talking about.
Yes. And it was like great. See, that's the thing. Like you get all these like-minded people together and I get to meet people. I see them on the internet. Oh, this is great. It just takes one never shutting up Spurg to just suck all the oxygen and the fun out. And everyone's like, oh, we got to be gingerly around this guy. And I can't talk to that cool vet over there who's stationed in Afghanistan and worked for special ops. And I can't talk to the surgeon over there who used to be a banker, but he wanted to do something better with his life, became a banker. I can't talk to that cool girl over there who's an economist, but she's a girl and she's really cool because very rarely do girls become, non-Marxist economists. And nope, I'm living at home with my mom. Like, I will not tolerate it. So you got to make sure that accounting bites. You better not spurg out on Chad if he does agree to meet you.
Well, like anybody who's in the area, you basically have to come to my neighborhood and Mexi Mike, man, you were just generous tonight.
He's very generous. Him and Competent, man. I don't know. Maybe they just want Atham to cut his balls. Maybe they just want to have the snippety snip.
These are well timed because I think that's coming up soon. $5, maximizing work if there's 30-year betas willing and waiting. But let's face it, if 80% of us are and we work to become alpha, said alphas will go after new crop of chicas. Yeah, it's like if you get to a point where you can have your pick of whoever wants you at when they're 30, you can get younger. It's
I'm just amazed at the thirst where like you would think there'd be a bottom where men would say, all right, you women are just too fat. Nope, you guys will still fuck them. You'll still make them think they're hot. I'm just
yeah.
And you pour in the storm, huh, guys? And then you wonder why they like and I know you guys are addicted to pussy, but could you just like have look, all right, I fucked one fat chick. I rode the moped. I was drunk. I was tired. She offered to give me a ride home. And she's literally like, so we aren't going to have sex? I'm like, oh, all right. Which would be rape by today's standards, which I would never do because it wasn't rape. I was voluntary in that. But that was like rare. It was only a one-off. Guys, just say no, okay? Look, just say no to drugs. Just say no to fat chicks, all right? How hard is it?
Yeah.
Maybe the standards will go up.
David Little, $4.99. Hey guys, dealing with militia folk at my security job talking about overthrow. How do I keep focus around these kids with guns in Pennsylvania? Yeah, I wouldn't want to be near DC right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused with Dave. I mean, are these coworkers and like, yeah, man, let's go shoot the do. Or like, are you at a building that you have to protect and there's militia folk with guns out front? That
I'm gonna guess it's coworkers.
I think it's coworkers. Like, yeah, just keep your nose down and maybe even report it to your boss and like, hey, I'm real uncomfortable with this and they're talking about this stuff. I don't want to file a complaint, but just to inform you, and I'm not with them. Because Dave's got a good setup. He's got a security guard job. He's studying, I think, to become an accountant as well. And man, you don't want to give up that sweet gig, Dave. And so maybe kind of inform your boss, but don't file a complaint. Because you don't want it backfiring on you either. And here's the thing. If you're a security guard, Dave, you're just there to observe and report. And if there's guns, you leave. You get the F out, man. It's not worth $12 an hour, whatever they're paying you.
Cynic for $2. Money to get our favorite Hispanic person snipped. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So the other day when me and some other YouTube user put forth the exact same super chat, somebody was over sitting on my couch. So I
Oh,
was
was he?
I was trying to arrange it so we did it like exactly the same time, but we were off in our timing.
I thought somebody had hacked your account, or you had another account that you went under. I was like,
No, no, one of our buddies was hanging out. Mexi Mike for $2. That Atham guy, shake my head, castrate that bad hombre. Well, that's what we're doing.
and you know what? We can say, hey, remember when Atham had balls? I say, yeah, those are good times.
Safety Doc in the house.
Oh, hey, look old Doc's in the neighborhood. Just so everybody knows, you don't get castrated when you have a vasectomy. You still have your balls. We are not cutting off Atham's penis. Those of you who are eagerly donating, oh, whoa, we get to cut his balls off. No, unfortunately, his balls will still be attached.
Dre. Dre. Uh, Dre for $2.
What was this?
Cappy got graped.
Raped.
What was his name? JK. LOL.
No, it was unfortunately it's so sad. This gal was a real good looking gal underneath, about 40 pounds, maybe 50 pounds of fat, and she was pretty tall too. So she just lost a little bit of, well, a fair amount of weight, and she was sharp. I really enjoyed her company intellectually, and it's just so sad. Like, she's like, so are we going out? I'm like, no. Well, why won't you go out with me? Because you're overweight. And then she never talked to me again. And I'm like, look, what how what is it going through life overweight, lying to yourself all the time? Do you think that takes more energy than just like eating right and maybe going for a walk?
Come on, that's effort. Who wants to expend effort?
But Chad,
You're silly.
it's so hard for women to keep the weight off. Just so
Yeah.
hard.
It's not hard for dudes. It's only for women. You know, it's hard.
Yeah, it's not hard for North Koreans or Venezuelans, but it must be magically on this piece of dirt. It's hard for women to lose weight. Oh, looks like we're all caught up for now.
Well, there's one more from Accounting Bits, which I definitely want to read. So $1.99. There's no such thing as this. So I beg to differ. Early on, when I was just taking any client I could get, which I'm obviously not doing now, a lot of them told me, they're like, yeah, you seem normal. Everybody else I talked to was just so weird, the other CPAs. So there's plenty of CPA spurs, plenty.
There is. Well, see, you don't fit the stereotypical CPA accountant because you have like a little bit of a social life and you go out and you've been with girls and you go hiking. But yeah, I remember some of the accounting students back at the Carlson School of Management, and yeah, a lot of them were like, man, are you a robot? Do you have feelings at all?
I think the audit people are worse than the tax people with personality, but whatever. Nonstop Dre for $2. I'm done. I'm doing evening security now, thanks to Cappy. Good.
Really? Is it armed Dre or is it just desk patrol or something like that? That's. I'm glad these guys are taking my advice, and it's worked for Dave. It's hopefully working for Dre. But I've gotten emails like, dude, you're totally right about security. It's like one of the easiest gigs. I could totally work on my stuff and da da da.
Mexi Mike again for $2. Yeah, let's get that Atham a bris celebration. A bris. That's so when you never saw that South Park episode. So Kyle's younger brother, is Jewish, and when you're Jewish, when you're a baby, they kind of like.
Oh, they kind of it's like the.
Yeah, so Kyle was trying to hide his little brother to spare him from that. One of the early episodes.
Should we get Atham a yarmulke?
A yarmulke?
Yeah. He'd be kind of Jewish then, right? After a after a vasectomy.
Well, he certainly looks like he's Jewish.
He doesn't look like he's Jewish.
A joke.
He looks like he's Mexican.
That was my joke, my late night.
Atham Aldecua Stein. All right, let's get to some fan mail. I got to go through here to clean this up. Some which Dre has sent me some real interesting observations. This is from Mark. Hey, Cappy, I'm the same age as you and have similar plans in regards to retirement overseas. I'm from Sydney. I've been traveling to Thailand for an annual vacation since I was 19. Bought a crap apartment in Sydney when I was 19. I got into university but declined. And somehow my low rent apartment is now considered boutique when worth a lot of money. I intend on selling and moving to Thailand. I heard you were talking about doing reconnaissance in various parts of the world for a retirement home. With your online job, a place in Southeast Asia or somewhere else would be perfect. I've been doing reconnaissance seriously for the past 10 years in Southeast Asia, so I thought I would drop you a line with what I have discovered. I know you have probably spoken to subscribers already in these countries, but maybe I can add something. You've helped me with your videos, so I figure I will help you a little if I can. So he goes through all that, and I wanted to thank Mark for doing that. And a bunch of other people have also emailed me about their respective countries that they've either lived in or they're familiar with. And guys, it absolutely does help out. I'm putting all these emails into a folder so I can do some studying and research. And then when I'm in that country, I almost very likely will hit you guys up because having that knowledge is absolutely vital. Dre, unarmed patrol security right now between semesters. Okay, good. As if you did. Yep. I think he's in a state where you wouldn't even be allowed to have a gun.
I think I know what state he's in, but I'm not sure.
The trucking industry. This comes from a guy. We have a lot of guys interested in trucking. We have Alex Patino, our truck driving Latino agent in the field. Dear asshole, I watch your videos a lot and really enjoyed them. I watched a recent video on the trucking industry and agreed with most of what you said. I thought I'd provide you with some of my own experience in the field, but for some reason the YouTube app wouldn't let me post. Below this message is the comment I tried to leave. Thought maybe ba. Oh, it's lengthy, but I'll go through it. I'm Class A CDL truck driver out of a state. I work for a large company you've heard of. Trucking pay can vary, but usually working for a union carrier will be more financially rewarding. I will make $110,000 this year, pay almost nothing for excellent insurance, and I'm home every night. I'm a college-educated millennial who sort of fell into the industry. I've been driving nearly 10 years now. This industry wouldn't be attractive to the average young person today because it's a tough job. Have you noticed, you know who I think would make great marriage material? All these women, they can't find a man.
Are you saying truckers?
What kind of truckers? You've seen them. And right now they're vital to the economy.
Truckers. Geez, man, I'm drawing a blank. Like,
how do you get your stuff?
Well, you mean the mail?
Well, not just mail, but who else?
Well, the truckers, they deliver food. They
UPS.
Oh,
FedEx,
you mean them? Yeah.
Yeah, all these delivery guys. Have you seen a UPS driver when he's making a delivery?
Are they pretty ripped?
They're hustling, and I saw two guys. Like one guy, I was getting some food, and I walked out, and this guy shoom in and out, and I looked at him. This guy had no fat on him. He's obviously they're hardworking men and women, but in the case of women, they probably want to date men. And then I've been paying attention since, and all these UPS, FedEx, DHL, even the regular mail carriers, these guys are in shape guys, and they're working hard. They're typically younger, and I just think that's got to be a good screen for quality and caliber men. Now I know, girls, you can't go brag to your fat, bloated, bitchy girlfriends about you dating the UPS guy, even though he's 6'2", in great shape, has a good job, and works an honest job, because it's not prestigious enough. But for those women who are listening and are more along the intellectual, mature lines of this audience, maybe go look at the UPS or the FedEx or any kind of delivery guy out there, because these guys, I mean, they're getting paid. They're in demand. Did you realize how much these guys are working overtime during Christmas?
I got a client who is making a lot of money doing this.
Yeah. So I was just kind of like, oh, where have all the good men gone? Well, ladies, may I recommend and introduce, in addition to tradesmen and military folk, the UPS guy. But he's not a banker. He's not a surgeon.
I just have to say that it's not the same as the Amazon Prime delivery people that I've seen.
Why are they different?
I just, when I'm walking around or running around here, they're not in the same type of shape as you would expect, a UPS guy or a trucker, at least from the ones I've seen here. Because they're just throwing out small packages, I guess.
Well, maybe the Vegas and Minneapolis ones are a little bit more in shape. My jobs are initially in food service, delivering fast food places, bars, diners, etc. These type of jobs are extremely demanding and involve early morning starts in all weather conditions, then using a ramp and dolly, emptying an entire semi-trailer on your own. Many times you're putting 400 plus pounds on a dolly at a time, running it down a ramp and either getting up or down customer stairs to make deliveries. There could be 10 or more trips in and out like that per delivery, so you're getting your exercise. Then you might have 20 or more stops like that to deliver. Repeat 5 days a week. These type of jobs actually pay well, and I use them to gain the experience I need to get hired where I am now, which is a much nicer gig. Also, especially at first, your hours and work schedule will be less than ideal. You may have to work up to 14 hours per day. Basically, my point is many millennials are simply unwilling to work that hard, even when good money is on the table. Yeah, because they're what are they, Chad?
Lazy. I always get lazy and losers mixed up.
They're the same thing.
Yeah,
You are lazy. Lazy.
I guess so.
Lazy.
There.
Personally, I love where I am. I love to drive. I love the freedom of it. I also love that I've been maxing out my 401k since I was 22. I'm 32 now. Can you imagine how much money this guy's got if he was maxing out his 401k at 22?
Damn,
And the stock market's been going up.
That's pretty good. 10-year growth.
What I've saved along with my union pension should provide me a solid retirement. I can't complain. Finally, a big reason trucking wages are stagnant in many parts of the industry is because employers bring in foreigners to drive. They aren't the safest drivers and they will work for nothing. Yeah, there's the Russian guy. He almost ran into what's it called? Protest on an interstate in Minneapolis.
Oh, I remember this, and they showed it.
Yeah, and he was from Russia, and they almost pulled him out of his truck. It's like, oh, welcome to the United States, Boris.
Yeah, he left to escape that. Now it's the same as the Soviet Union.
Bottom line, there's money to be made in the industry, but you need to be smart about who you work for and what type of trucking you do and where you get training. I went to my local tech college and received great training leading to better opportunities. Avoid the CDL mills. You'll get your license from them, but you'll learn nothing and have a much harder time getting the good jobs. So that was from one of our truck driving agents in the field.
Probably listens to a lot of your stuff while driving around.
Yeah, no, we have a fair amount of truck drivers that tune in, and I'm glad. And that's one of the main reasons I want to do this is they download it from the podcast app. So I got to upload this later to a podcast because they haven't done one in a while. Also, my voice has been going because I've been doing so much asshole consulting. This is from a kid. I said, send me information about your World War II grandpa. Let me. Lloyd Sorensen, if you guys search him, I'm going to put this in the chat room. Great episode today, Aaron. Here's a video that Fox Sports Wisconsin did of my grandpa for one of the Brewers Memorial Day games a few years back. Thanks for all you do, man. It's been super helpful during these dark times. Well, thank you. Is it Wisco? No, that's his name. Wisco. Yeah, Wisco is his name. We'll put that. We'll move that to the book. It goes into the book. I'll put this in the super chat. I forget the context, but his we're talking about something really important and intelligent like we always do because we're that kind of people. Yeah. Here we go. Holy cow. Someone really wants Atham to get
Yes, I just saw that. Classic Bassman, $20. A couple weeks ago, I had a conversation with a self-described socialist. I asked them, are you more of a classical socialist or a social democrat? And he replied back with, I'm not that educated on socialism. Enjoy the decline. Yeah.
The vast majority of socialists are just dumb young kids who don't want to work. And that's it. There's nothing more complicated. I don't care how many degrees you have. I don't care what. You're just a lazy fuck who doesn't want to work. Just admit it. Drop the veneer of being an intellectual or an academic, okay? You're just a lazy fuck who doesn't want to work.
Probably a NEET. You know the NEETs?
Yeah, of course. I know Chris Beckloff.
Ooh, he might have a job though. I don't know.
No, he does have a job. No, I just like to give he for good reasons lives with his dad. I can't give him guff about it. But
he and Arini should collaborate. Holton H for $5. Got any career change suggestions that will make it easier to leave the U.S.? To leave the U.S. You should do what I do. It's becoming pretty location independent with this pandemic. Like nobody wants to set up an in-person appointment.
I would probably, like, if this all goes away, I'd be torn between just like buckling down and getting my CPA or learning computer programming, which I have a longer, steeper learning curve.
Learn to code.
Yeah, no, but then it would just be like, I'd be like, fine, I don't have to deal with business at all. Just, and you know what? I probably would go with the programming because I've been doing economics and finance for so long. I even know a guy who's thinking about getting his master's in economics, not for employment reasons, but for intellectual ones. And he has access to a very cheap but high quality program. It'd almost be for intellectual purposes. And so I strongly encouraged him to do it because I don't know, your brain just can't. I'm sure your brain cannot live on a diet of debits and credits. There has to be something else to stimulate it over the days, correct?
Oh yeah. Gambling, drugs, alcohol. No. Maybe in Vegas.
Out of curiosity, speaking of drugs and alcohol, were you and Atham like doing drugs? A couple email exchanges on our Facebook thread, maybe.
I have minor indulgences on some. Sounds like Atham has some
More
good.
than minor.
Well, I don't want to make. He probably doesn't want me saying that, so I'm not gonna.
I read through like, what the hell, Atham? And he
That
posted what?
That was Friday night, because that was my one, like, I'm going to take a break, not do any work. And yeah, he was doing some stuff. I was doing some stuff. Of course, Jack and Rob get on when I'm under some influence, and listening to it under that was just quite entertaining. Mexi Mike, $2. Ironic because Russia is turning anti-progressive lib. Of course it is. It's like really kind of strict with Putin there, right? No more.
Sometimes you need a strong man to maintain your culture and your society. But we got a guy who's practically dead and a leftist feminist quanta who's more about her skin color and plumbing than she has any real world ability to lead a country. But
Cynic, $5. Taking my AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate exam next week. Been studying hard for it. Average starting salary is $130K. That's a good salary.
Yeah, and Cynic can do it. He is that smart. He's I won't mention what field he's in. I mean, he indicates here, but yeah, and he's the guy we should talk to about remote living throughout the world because he does van life and he does it well.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we caught up?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to more of the. This just feels good for me psychologically to clean this up. That's why I like to.
I thought you were going to say you feel good psychologically just having me here.
What are you, a chick? No.
I know.
You're here because you're bored. I needed to talk to somebody.
That makes me feel so.
And you make it rain. We're gonna help out our buddy Atham. That's what we're gonna do here.
I mean, it's late here. I'm just not that tired yet.
Yeah. I wanted to clean this out, and I also feel bad for all the people that are on my subscribe star. I haven't put any new content up there either. My voice just won't handle it. Don't need to read that. We have Clemens. Clemens emailed me about international reconnaissance. I'm probably going to have him on the show. Our East Indian agent in the field, one of them, he sent me an article.
East Indian.
Yeah, East India, meaning from the country of India.
I think he's left a few super chats on here, right?
He probably has, yeah.
We had some rupees or whatever.
Yeah. Oh no, that's what's his name? I forget. This is from the Washington Post.
Boo.
Well, it's more people with bachelor's degrees go back to school to learn skilled trades. Scarborough, Maine, putting on hazmat gear for the first time turns out to be a drawn-out process. So the trainees who are practicing this new skill, make the time go faster with a little clowning around. Smile, work it, shouts one classmate as she jokingly strikes glamour poses for photos and a heavy vapor suit with red. They're just so cute. They just can't. Can you just be like, wow, I wasted 4 years of my life of a worthless degree, and I'm dressing up in a plastic monkey suit to pick up waste. Uh, 2 layers of gloves, a respirator, and a 26-pound breathing tank. Another prepares to get up uniforms worn by the child detection agent in the movie's Monster. See, and you can see the journalism major taking way too effing long to get to the fucking point.
Yeah.
4 of the 5 in this group have something else in common. They previously earned bachelor's degrees, even though they've now returned to school to prepare for a job that doesn't require one. Blah, blah, blah. And here's what I wanted. But after getting a bachelor's degree in political science, for which he's still paying off his student loans, Kelly realized that he's a fucking retard. I mean, Kelly realized that he actually wanted to do was become a firefighter. After all, he said, unlike a politician, no one is ever angry to see a firefighter show up. I spent a lot of money to end up doing this, said the 28-year-old, blah, 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 28. You know that men back in the 40s that were 28 had gone through war, maybe even Korea, and already had an established job and a wife with kids and a house?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I thought I was Noor Al Hamadi, 26, getting an associate's degree in nursing. Okay, so he's doing the right thing. College rushed out by parents. I just want to see the degree. Somewhere along the line, it became ingrained that in order to succeed, whether your children wanted to go to college or not, they had to go to college, said Jane Oates, who was an assistant secretary of labor in the Obama administration and now heads Working Nation.
Is that you?
That's me. It's. I have 1 hour to eat before I go and get blood work done tomorrow. So I can't. I have to fast for 12 hours.
Oh, that's funny. I'm doing that on a Wednesday. Actually.
Cool. We're all doing it then this week. A nonprofit that tries to better match workers with jobs. This worthless bitch, Jane Oates. So all right, we more funny of the liberal arts majors. Ha ha, fucking up. There we go. Aaron Cleary's right again. I wanted to thank this guy. All of a sudden, there was $125 in my PayPal account about a month or so ago. Yeah. And when you make a PayPal donation, you usually got to leave an email. So I emailed him, and this is from Gary. Aaron, I just made I asked him why he gave the $125. He says, I just made a payment, and what I would like you to do is take a few hours off and go hiking the next time you're in the Black Hills, because I needed to be paid to do that. Chad, I want to pay you $125 so that the next time you see a big-titted redhead that wants to have sex with you, you have sex with her. Are you okay with that?
No, you gotta make it 200, man. Otherwise, no.
Or you could donate the money to Winona State Leadership and Advocacy Program if you prefer. I don't know what that is. I enjoyed the decline and am trying my best to keep that in mind as I see things evolving. I also bought my ex-girlfriend's son Bachelorhood Economics. I didn't know there was Bachelorhood.
Bachelorhood Economics.
Bachelorhood Economics. That's. I thought it was called The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty. Available paperback and Kindle. But Bachelorhood Economics. Unfortunately, he is not following it, but hey, I can't control that. Happy New Year. Sincerely, broke, unemployed, boomer banker. 1970, this is interesting. 1979, I spent 5 weeks doing field work in the Black Hills. Field work was mostly hiking around and mapping outcrops. Very nice area, and if I recall correctly, damn sunny and hot in the summer. Yes, it is. And so thanks, Gary. It's been a month since he made the donation. But that was awfully kind. And if anybody listening would like to donate $125 to make me go hike in the Black Hills or ride motorcycles or have sex with beautiful women, you could donate money to help that cause.
I am also accepting those types of donations at this time.
Hang on. All the equipment I bought is kind of fragile. If you bump it, it kind of goes out in one ear.
Are you doing wired internet right now, or is it Wi-Fi?
No, it's Wi-Fi. I should probably buy a wired.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna put that on my to-do.
Business expense.
Yeah.
Get an 8 category. I got one, and it's nice and fast.
What's an 8 category?
It's like the fastest one, at least that I could find. For Ethernet cable, the fastest one. You're on mute. Dude, you're on mute.
Remind me to
Yeah.
do that so I don't forget.
Somebody correct me in the chat if there's a better one. That's just what I found. Robert Flores, $5. Some people have written about living on a boat. It's a bad idea. Lots of work to keep the boat healthy. It gets old as you get older.
Yeah, and especially if you're in salt water, I found out salt will clog up your drain lines and exhaust lines and all. Yeah, boats are not just a piece of wood floating in the water. There's a lot to it.
The best ones are on Lake Michigan in the summer, just for a few hours. Laughing Lark, $10. Hey, sexy, play Misty for me. Laughing my ass off. Do you know this person?
Laughing Lark, he's a regular guy. Yeah, but hey, sexy, play Misty for that's play
Song?
Misty for me. That's a quote from a movie. Let's take a look at that. Hang on.
I could yell and ask Alexa, but I won't.
Would it piss off your neighbors? Play Misty for me. Is a psychological thriller director and starring Clint Eastwood in his directorial debut. Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo. Okay. Budget was $950,000 and it took in $10.6 million. So Clint made a nice little chunk of change on that one. Not bad.
Good for him. He's still doing stuff, right? It's got to be.
Clint Eastwood is one of my heroes because he doesn't retire. On top of just being a badass dude, he doesn't retire and he keeps going. And I listened to a documentary about a guy named Thomas Cochran. It was about the only guy I think that is cooler than Bruce Willis and Clint Eastwood. And he's a British guy whose accomplishments in the Navy, the British Navy, as well as the Chilean, Greek, and Brazilian navies when they were fighting for independence, I cannot even begin to tell you how masculine and awesome this guy is. But I intend on promoting a documentary I listened to from Kings and Generals. You guys can find that channel on YouTube, but look up the Thomas Cochran documentary by Kings and Generals, and you will be like, yep, that's the most masculine, badass dude I've ever heard of.
We watched a bunch of spaghetti westerns over Christmas when I was visiting my parents. It was fun.
Yeah. Is that when I got two greatest pictures of Mr. Elkins, one where he's sleeping and the other one where he gave me the finger?
Yeah.
Dude, I saved those pictures. That is so cool. Your old man gave us the finger. That's great. That's really cool.
Of course, you had my mom going, you shouldn't send that to him.
Oh, come on. I'll never forget talking to Mrs. Elkins. You know why?
Because you did it for a very long time.
Because it took a long time talking to Mrs. Elkins.
Your mistake was calling and not texting.
So Dre sent me a bunch of these dating profiles of women like Let's Bring Down Capitalism Together and a lot of East Indian chicks and single moms. You know, what's this one? Thick, loving and living life, kind of a geek code, data analysis, video games, comic con, successful, empowered women don't need a man, they want one. We create our own happiness and invite others to join. That's why you're on dating profile, huh? Here's a woman that looks like she stuck her face in a tree shredder. And her subtitle is Dad Fucker at Your Dad. Don't swipe right if you're not trying to lick my asshole clean. Also, I change my hair color a lot.
Wait, what are you looking at right now?
These are profiles, dating profiles from I won't say which dating site.
I think I know, but
Dre took screenshots of these.
Oh, okay.
And again, proving it's worse than you think. There are so many of these, and they're so bad. I'm compelled to just lower my overall opinion of women. I'm sorry, ladies. Until I see Dre, here's what I want you to do. Send me some good ones. Okay? Send me the good ones. And I bet she's not going to be able to find anywhere near the volume of bad ones. Because these are pretty bad. I mean, here, I could go through another. Oh, wait, where'd it go? When Lizzo said, once upon a time, I was a hoe, I don't even want a hoe no more. I effing felt that. Coffee lover, mental health and social justice advocate, therapist, and I don't know what else. Bios are weird. Slide in and ask me anything. I value honesty, openness, and empathy. And of course, it's a faceless picture. Oh, no, there she is. Okay, yeah, well, great. We'll get along if you like talking about identity, unlearning heteronormativity, and wine.
God, shut up.
Dre. My interests include Harry Styles, coming of age film, makeup, communism, and the beach.
Styles.
I want a boyfriend. I want to befriend kind and witty folk and date an anti capitalist cutie. And
Overweight.
she's, it's scary. These are all East Indian gals. There must be a, a virus or an attempt to get East Indian women to go on this. She got huge cans, though. I'll grant her that. No
I had
friend.
this. So I was hanging out with our, mutual friend, our dentist, Saturday night, and we were just talking about this. Like he was telling me about how that particular demographic has gotten exceptionally bad in a lot of ways here in the
Oh,
States.
good for them. I be as miserable as your white sisters. I don't care. Look how happy you want to go full commie. Why don't you go look how happy your black sisters are? I mean, if you really want to go commie, go to communist, effectively communist microeconomies. Go to the poor Indian reservations. Don't go to the rich ones where there's casinos and farming, where they are allowed to have some private property. You go to White Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, and you tell me how happy the women are there. Um, I have 11-month-old twins. I love them so much. I want to find a good guy that I can bring home to my family. I love video chats and movie dates. Add me on Snapchat. Snapchat. I'll supply the movie. You bring the snacks. Um, have children and want more. And she's a mess. So thanks, Dre. Thanks for. Just be happy none of us are dating any. I mean, could you imagine being stuck with one of these girls?
Let's just say I've been stuck with some rough ones at certain points.
All right. Oh, here's the guy that was kind enough to send Atham the $500 donation.
Oh, let's hear from him.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cappy, I saw your video where you mentioned a friend of yours wants a vasectomy. I got divorced in 2016 and had a vasectomy in 2017. No kids or alimony. Best decision I ever made was getting the snip. I live in a town, major town, where a vasectomy is $500 to $600. So I'm willing to start a tradition with you. I'll pay $500 every January for as long as I can towards a guy getting a vasectomy. All I ask in return is proof the vasectomy was done and video where you say Dennis paid for so and so's vasectomy. So I got to save this. Remember to do this when Atham gets his. Let's start with your buddy Atham, which he spells at him. Hopefully, this will be part of my legacy when I die. Let me know if you agree. Thanks, Dennis. Thank you very much, Dennis. And Atham obviously thanks you even more so. And I told him like, well, let's not have you commit every year to a $500 expense, but every January you can hit me up, and if we have another candidate, doing that. So I think I'm gonna have to leave that one there.
Super generous. What a nice.
Very, very.
Yeah.
That goes to global reconnaissance. How are we doing on any super? Do we got more super chats?
We got a couple more here.
Let's stay on top of them.
Rich Goodson is the next one for $4.99. How facially and body challenged are they, Cappy?
Well, a lot of them are East Indian gals, so they kind of look bland. They all had the long dark hair, and they were kept or kempt. Is it?
They weren't overweight.
So they were all a little overweight, but then some of them were overweight. A lot of it was blue, pink hair and piercings, and I'm
so mentally challenged.
all love your government and your socialism that much, then go marry a government check. You just my anti-capitalist cutie. That's my favorite. Like, yeah, okay. There's a lot of good-looking men who are socialists, right? All right.
Noah Correa for $5. How is Vanguard working for you? Thinking about switching over from Betterment as well. The CEO keeps sending company emails about how Trump is bad. I think Vanguard's
Vanguard. No, I haven't gotten anything from Vanguard. I like Vanguard. It was just straight, simple. I moved my stuff over to Vanguard, and that was about it. I haven't gotten any SJW woke shit from Vanguard. And I'm glad I left Betterment, because what drew the line for me was, we're going to donate money to Black Lives Matter and da da da. I'm like, okay, you're going to donate money to the Aaron Clary pasty white guy fund who still had no money coming in from his parents, or is it you're just like going to suck fucking commie dick? And now he's, what about how bad Trump is? He's taking a political stand. Fine, bye. Even I'm not even a fan of Trump. Even if you started talking bad about the Democrat president, it's like, dude, shut the fuck up and run your damn company.
Yeah.
And it's so bad. It's so sad, because Betterment was a great idea. It is a great idea. But I'm not, and it's ran by some millennial dipshit who had a brilliant idea. But now, because like every millennial is programmed to think, well, I got to have politics and everything. Like, oh, you can't just run a good company, can you?
So stupid.
I know.
So we're caught up there.
We're caught up there.
Yeah.
From Mike.
You are muted.
Because I'm coughing.
Okay.
Here we go. This is from Mike. I bought Worthless for my sons in 2012 when they were 15 and 14. They followed the advice. The two went to university, did STEM degrees, and one who did not qualify for a good university went to a trade apprenticeship. They are now all making good money in engineering, surveying, and a trade. The son who took the trade route set up his own in October, and he's already averaging 1,100 pounds a week. That's what, 1,500 a week?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's over 50 grand a year.
Yeah.
US. Do you know any liberal arts majors that do that? And sometimes makes almost that in a single day. Well, I'm very happy for you, Mike, and that goes into the book of happiness. So I got that there. This is from Mike. Thanks, Aaron. You know your work is good and you hope it's changing lives. I can tell you it's changed mine. The complaint department never closes, but the good work department is largely unstaffed. I believe in recognizing good and looking beyond mistakes for solutions, unless the mistakes are malice in disguise. I did a crude recon into Kelowna. That's a town in British Columbia, I believe.
Wow.
Population being a size of 100,000 K for female availabilities. Numbers, the book of numbers, has shown me to discard that criteria, and recon has reprioritized my direction for my remaining years. I'm outfitting a Sprinter van for long-term living. Hey, Cynic would be impressed with this. And we'll spend a good amount of time doing recon in Smithers, as he suggested. Smithers is a beautiful town. At 58, Bachelor Pad Economics reassured me that I had adopted about 60% of your suggestions on my own before reading. Poor Richards is queued up and actually lean towards minimalism and suspect I'll be fine. I just paid top dollar for a Sanity, and Sanity is the future of wealth. And like Chris with the high IQ, I found it reassuring and explain my own disconnected thoughts. I'll say in the now, for me, the best advice I've gleaned from you is let them burn. I hear Rollo a year ago and the light finally went on. I took a roundabout route to your work only recently. Everyone, I mean, now if you have to choose between me, Rollo, and Rich Cooper, you obviously should start with me, of course, naturally. And then maybe get to their works later on. But do you know how many reviews Rich Cooper has on his book?
I'm going to say over 200.
340. It's probably more now. That book hasn't even been out a month. And he just killed it, man. He just killed it.
It's got a following.
He does. And it was a good book too. I just like, man, you're like, you go, Rich. I just wish people would buy my book, The Book of Numbers. Apparently, some shirtless, bald Canadian with a beard is gonna. That's more attractive, I guess.
Rhinestone.
Once I finally woke up, look closer at pretty much every leftist issue and made a hard right from my former Kool-Aid guzzling days living on the 6th level. Saul was asked what caused him to abandon Marxism for conservatism. His reply, facts. I found myself debating sanity with leftists, never getting purchased with facts or uncommon sense. He goes on. This will also go into the Book of Happiness.
Okay.
So we have that.
Guys saying Ryan Stone never gets credit. I like Ryan's stuff. I need to get his book.
I promote his book. He had a brilliant observation, and it will be the foundational observation his book caused me to have that will write a new essay. That's going to be very important philosophically, arguably the most important philosophical advancement made since Socrates. Just kidding, but in the past 100, well, maybe not 100, past 50 years easy, because it's just been, what, Noam Chomsky, oh yeah. This is from Renato. Captain, first of all, my sincere apologies for taking so long to reply. As a response, I want to bring you a new video request on my career and perspective regarding life. Oh, wait, do I have to answer this? I read 4-Hour Work Week. Anyway, in the middle of one of your videos.
4-Hour Work Week?
Yeah, this is Busako, man.
Oh, okay.
He's a regular guy. Here, did he want a response?
Are people paying you for these, or this is just random?
No, these are fan mail or interesting mails I've saved because I wanted to read them on the air. So far, I finished How Not to Become a Millennial. That is your masterpiece. Jesus fuck. It's that good. Most people don't realize. Bachelor Pad Economics, The Way of Men, Chris of the Hayek. I didn't write The Way of Men. Insanity is the Future of Wealth. Now I have 10 hours left on the Rational Mail. I've read 4-Hour Work Week back in 2016. Great book. Oh, he's very familiar with British Columbia too. Anyway, as I was in the middle of one of your videos today, I've watched almost all of them. I felt it was more than time to write back to you. I just wanted to thank you for the extra 20 years of knowledge you added to my life. See, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to save people time. So if you don't fuck up like we do, you'll be where me and Chad are by the age of 31 instead of 40. You truly provide more value to society than 99% of the people in this world. I do not have the words to explain how meaningful your work is. See how nice? This is very nice. And as we move to year of COVID-21, I just want to say that I hope you have your angry guidance for many years to come.
Angry guidance.
From the bottom. Now here's where he pulls a Dre. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. You're truly brave and amazing. See, you got to get that one in there. You capitalize brave and amazing. I might be moving elsewhere in Europe soon, but if you ever visit this side of the world, I owe you a few beers. Also, please consider Portugal as one of your possible countries. By the way, I'm Busako, man. Oh, he's Portuguese. Bringing a poop emoji to your show whenever I have an extra euro to spend. Kindest regards from your Brazilian agent in the field, and that's Busako. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the reconnaissance file. Move to global reconnaissance. Maybe I start there. I visit Busako over in Portugal, and then I visit Sad Hill Cemetery.
I want to go to Madagascar.
You do know it was a cartoon, right?
Yes.
You know, Chris Rock is not. There's not a talking zebra voiced by Chris Rock over there.
Damn.
Scott writes, I looked up Bachelor Pad Economics on Goodreads.com. I recommended the book to a friend's son. I just wanted to see the comments. Most are good, but some of the bad ones are fucking hilarious and in need of a rant. You should go through the reviews of some of your books on this website and others. Make a video about the funniest ones. Yes, I will pay you, cheap bastard. I'm attaching my favorite one because she literally has true statements in a tone of outrage, then lies about others. I hope it's real, not a troll. This is written by Sylvia. I would give it 0 stars if I could. This made its way into my highly impressionable and misguided younger brother's hands. Yes! It instructs men on how to rape women by plying them with alcohol. Chad, in the years and all the works you have known me, have I ever taken a pro-rape standpoint?
Not even other people who have been accused of being rapists have done that. So,
God, I just you want to talk about just the deceit and evil and lies of the left. I have never endorsed graping somebody. Never. To do a hat tip to Better Bachelor, Joker over at Better Bachelor. Check out his channel. It discusses sexual market value and states women are the suppliers of sex and men are the ones who demand it. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
It implies women are not in STEM fields simply because they choose easier career paths. Yes, it's true. I have the
Okay.
numbers to prove it. It also says that your typical woman with a PhD finishes college at 30, then overworks herself until 40. I don't think I wrote that. I did not say that. I did not say that. Then overworks herself until 40, by which time she is no longer able to attract a husband. That is true though by default or by accident. Particularly puzzling is the page where the author veers off about talking about the black community and Obama as an example of how feminism, the government, and women having jobs are ruining the natural dynamic between. Chad, have I ever been against women having jobs?
Not that I've read or ever heard you say.
Do not I champion and cheerlead women to go into STEM and make as much money as men?
Yeah, but they don't. But you've definitely been an advocate for it.
And see, well, this is where they're all lies. These people are mentally ill. They have an agenda. And anytime someone comes in with some logic or data, they immediately got to go into name calling and say you said things that you did. It is funny. It's hilarious. And I think what's sad in the olden days, like an accusation of grape or, oh, they said this thing. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Now, I think these Karens have so Karenized themselves. They're pigeonholed that no one takes them seriously. Oh yeah, sure, he said that. Okay, whatever, Karen.
Karen.
You know. But anyway, thank you, Scott. You know what? Let me tell him. No, I'll just
Me
tell
and
him
our mutual dentist friend, we were just having some great laughs about talking about Karens just the other night. Is comparing our Karen clients, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Are we got any super chats? Are we caught up?
I think we're caught up. I don't really see. Nope, we're caught up. Yeah.
Caught up. Awesome. All right, let's get to. Oh man, Chad, I'm gonna have a clean inbox after this. Dre sent some more screenshots.
Oh, jeez.
Dre, keep sending them to me now in secondhand because I just want to read through the thing. Queer non-binary feminist who does spells and shit on the weekends. I'm a socialist liberal snowflake your parents warned you about. Zero tolerance probably for people with superior complex about their music taste. Wear a mask, you filthy animal. She, they.
Oh, I hate it when they put pronouns on there. God, shut up.
And a non-negotiable. You support Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ,
Oh,
equality, and respect my gender identity / sexuality. Is this the same gal? It is the same gal. Now sit down, Chad. I hope you're ready for this. A pro. I don't talk to my parents, so you'll never have to stress about meeting them. Con, you don't get to boost my confidence. You don't get the confidence boost on my parents liking you. I.
I'm sure the father was not available for comment.
I. And this is where, if you saw the profile, I can't do anything to hurt you or to retaliate against you voting to take more of my money away. You are already hurting yourself enough. There's nothing for me to do here. I could just walk away.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what the next 20 years of life is going to be in that mental hell. I really can't.
I'm a little jealous that you have visuals of this stuff because I'm forming in my mind what I think these people
Okay.
look
Well,
like.
Dre, email Chad the next time. CCSR. This came from a guy called Crazy Eyes Milfa, and he says, "I just got back from the Crimea, and
Cool.
here's some pictures attached to the email. I backpacked with a friend through Alushta, Yalta, Sevastopol, and this is a back here, Sarai. The pics are from places near these 4 cities." Got to visit where they hosted the Yalta conference, and I like the architecture. The picture, it looks semi-arid, kind of a cross between European and Middle Eastern architecture. You can see the Turks' influence there, Soviet influence as well. They have Starducks, not Starbucks, Starducks.
Star ducks. Okay.
Starducks. Yeah, this looks very nice. Looks like some great motorcycle riding. Yeah, semi-arid. Very pretty pictures. Well, thank you very much. You know what? That will go into the the folder of happiness.
Dre's asking for my email. Wish I
Go
could
to
send him.
elkincpa.com. Can you just do that?
Yeah, I want to give him my personal email though. How about this? Will you reply to his email with my personal email?
All right, I'll get there. I want you to handle
Yeah,
this
that's
one here.
Okay. Mexi Mike for $2. Any way we can check out the poop show profiles?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you spent $2.05, maybe you get the extra couple words that tell us what the hell you're talking about, Mexi Mike. Although, to be fair,
he's been generous.
He's been very generous, but to be fair, you can only do in like 2 and then 5. Like the increments are very weird. Google kind of relegates you to specific things. Oh, by the way, I want to promote this guy, Dr. David Maloney, histherapist.com. He is a psychologist who's opening up a practice for men. And I don't know a lot of psychologists that only focus on men, but he is one of them. And he was a client of mine. He asked if I thought it was a good idea. I said, dude, that service is needed desperately. And I've had a lot of people where they say, I need help with this. I'm like, dude, you need to talk to a professional, because by law, I can't consult you if you're schizophrenic, or should you go off your meds? Like if you come up to me, should I go off my meds? I'm not taking the legal risk of telling you what to do and not do. I'm a schizophrenic. No, I can't tell you. I want to kill myself. I go talk to someone else. This is the guy to talk to. I'm not a professional. So if you're looking for a therapist, contact Dr. David Maloney. Tell him Captain sent you. His therapist. Let me double check, make sure I got this. I want to make sure I got this. Histherapist.com. And there it is. Very well done professional website. Certainly better than mine. So go talk to him if you need some help.
You've seen the movie What About Bob, right?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
There's just
Richard Dreyfuss and Bill Murray.
Yeah, and one of Bill Murray's jokes was roses are red, violets are blue. I'm a schizophrenic, and so am I.
Yeah. Hey, Cappy, just want to tell you thank you. Thank you for the kick in the ass I needed years ago. I was a loser when I started watching your videos years ago. Now I'm a moderately successful junior software developer making $50,000 a year with student loan. Oh, I think I already read this one.
Yeah,
that's from Joe. Yeah. I got my degree, started my first job in months of graduating, only about 3,000 student loans. 3 years later, all of it has been paid off. Starting to build savings career. Thank you for being the role model and the asshole I need to get my life together. By the way, you should really secure your site. Yeah, I did do this one before. Thank you, Joe. Oh, that's why I did hell yeah. Oh, I'm waiting on him. That's why that one's there.
Mm-hmm.
David Barnett. Chad, you have helped me catch up. Oh, wait, hang on. Dre just sent one. Dre sent another one.
Oh, I want to see these.
He says, here's a soon-to-be single mom.
Dude, forward some of these to me.
I only date Platt guys. What are Platt guys?
Platt? P-L-A-T-T?
No, P-L-A-T.
Some millennial acronym that I probably don't know about.
Oh,
you guys.
okay. I make up for my lack of tits with my fat ass. I like to ride my horse bareback, but you can ride me bareback too.
Classy.
Oh, she's fat. Yeah, she's fat.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dre. See, you can't watch too many of these because then you get depressed.
Welcome to my last, 11 months.
All right, let's go. Do we have any super chats? Are we all caught up?
Looks like we're caught up. 128 people still hanging around after midnight.
That's good. That's not bad, especially for short notice. I get a ton of people following me now during the daytime when I do asshole consulting. I've gotten up to like 500-600 people watching at one time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So
well, people are working from home. They want entertainment.
Sure, I know.
Their boss can't sneak up behind them. So
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Hang on. DigiNomad, best times after Rollo and Aaron's book. Aaron's first, of course. Yes, thank you, DigiNomad. I'm actually impressed with myself. It's terrible out there. So, did you ever read my book or no?
I've read a bunch of your books. Which one do you mean?
The Book of Numbers, though. The Book of Numbers. Did you read that one?
Oh, I don't have that one yet. I'm going to get that, and I'm going to read that.
Just for your own mental sanity and stability. Get it? Because you'd be like, okay, it's not me. I mean, I think that's probably the best benefit that I could give men with that book is it's not you.
One of our mutual friends here where I live just was raving about how great it was.
Does this individual have a boat?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I do value his opinion.
He's in Costa Rica right now.
Of course he is, that asshole. He probably listening, probably like, I'm in Costa Rica. Anyway, there's the link to the book of numbers. All right. You're not taking on clients, so we don't have to tell people where you are.
Yeah, I'm not really doing that. But if somebody listens to me and they make sense, I'll go ahead and say I'm at Elkin CPA. So if you just email me and I'll tell you if I can take you on and tell me some details about it.
Yeah. If you are an extension filer, do not bother. And you are not a bookkeeper. You have bookkeepers you can hire and employ, but you are not a bookkeeper. You do taxes. But if you need bookkeeping, Chad has people that he can refer you to if you need accounting or something like that.
And they are quality, so yeah.
Yes, they are. I can vouch for them. Did you know I'm at $2 Canadian? It's a good read, but it explains a lot. Thanks. Well, thanks.
Book of Numbers?
Yeah. I would say it's my best short book. Although Curse the High IQ is pretty good too. Because it's different.
I never read that one. I never had a chance.
It give you a different perspective. It certainly leaves the realm of the red pill and goes a different way. But it was an interesting intellectual exercise. I enjoyed it.
Cool.
All right. Well, do you want to take us out appropriately?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, toodles.